T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
As we proceed to raise the RBG, Black Power with the power, Black Power with the power. As we proceed to raise the RBG, Black Power with the power, Black Power with the power. Turn them drums up, represent some herb burners. We need the drums up though. Biggie, wake the fuck up. Yeah, what? Black power, let me feel that power. As we proceed to raise the RBG, Black power, Black power, I shake. We Black Nation, who shot ya? 9 out of 10, it was coppers. Heat laying us down all over the street. It's on, cracker. Every hood got the same beat. I wanna see brains tumbling down your cheek. ARs taking out all police. Plasma cups staining the concrete. And it don't stop. Bullets, sticks, and rocks. Snitches helping cops on sight or get shot. Once we got the drop, set up the border. Slaughter. Policemen, wives, sons, and daughters. Good cops, crooked cops, and the turncoats. It's y'all's turn to burn like Dante's Inferno. Fill the ghetto with crack and yayo. We filling the prisons and every year they make more. Crackers know the dollar revolution is taking place. RBG's in this bitch, it ain't safe. It ain't shoot you in your face. Gashing on their asses. Trees and nooses, same way you do shit. Tie hip can pop fools and stay cool. Heart clear because I know my eye rules. Everything around me killing 4-9. Cutting off their breathing because they cutting off mine. And I'm Southside's finest. Trayvon, Sean Bell, and Mike Brown's behind this. To raise the RBG. That's how I'm going to do my Google. Black Power, reach out. Hey, we to raise the RBG. Black Power, I share, oh, hey. signs they close to defeat. I read the shells, consult with the priests. Traitors wanna creep, TV got my back. Think the prayers and the libations make me slack. My juju all that, bitch, RBG's up. Work the shrines, make your heat freeze up. Serve your life to pots like a sandwich. Feed the energy, now I command it. Take the ashe away, me Baba. Ogun, cut your neck since I drop ya. I kill your crew like Genghis Khan dropping bombs. Taking back our diamonds and chop off your arms. Sing the same gold mine songs and boom on my face so there won't be no mistake. Take your soul to a dark place, lame cracker, slave master. Clean off with the sage after. My ancestors eat daily. Cigars and gin, my blood will not fail me. Say the plot, and they always listening. Hammers cocked in the fire positioning. Rock, rock.
Come here. What you talking about? Open your, did I tell you don't fuck with me? Huh? Did I tell you not to fuck with me? Huh? Look at you now. Can't talk with a gun in your mouth, huh? Bitch ass As we to give you what you need. East Coast, who shot you? West Coast, as we proceed to give you what you need. As we proceed to give you what you need. Get live, get money Let's count them two. Biggie, let's count.
Hotel family, hotel. This is your RBG brother, God Nollywood Jr., coming to you with another exclusive program. Hotel, brother Rashid. Hotel, salute to you too. And today's topic is Native Slave Status Card. And this is something that I've always been asking to these FBAs, these ADOS, descendants of slaves or sharecroppers or that was born in America, I swear, man, these people are jokesters. But I always ask them, show me some evidence that you are from this country called United States of America. Of means this this because we are in so-called North America. That was named after a Caucasian named Christopher Columbus. So I want to address that. I want to address that because I never can get that answer. I never could get that answer from the FBAs and these basically all these people are come from these cults that you might would say I would say political cults. You have your religious cults, but you have your political cults too. Which I will do a program. Hold up, Brother Bakari. Hold up. Which I will do a program probably next week called cultism. So I'm going to do a program called cultism, which would lead to all this these black cults of today. Because cults, usually these are sick religious or political cults, come from white folks. That comes from these satanic white folks that started cultism. And now you got black people like the young pharaohs and the nature boy that now he called himself Three God. They all are into that cultism. So I'm going to probably discuss that and get deeper into that probably next weekend. But today is the native slave status card, which none of these people can show me. And every time I ask them, they will come up with these mumbo jumbo crap or theatrical stuff that I don't want to hear. I want to see proof. I'm a man that need proof and evidence. Because when it comes down to the white man asks you proof of evidence, they have no problem providing them. If black people go to court right now, and if you come off with this talking your way to win a case, you're going to lose. Even the judge will say, you better bring evidence. Bring your documentation. We see that time and time again. That's why I tell black people to watch Judge Mathis, to watch all these judge shows, because they are telling you to bring evidence. But for some kind of reason, when I say I want evidence, they won't give me evidence. I was on, I think, my brother, Kamisi Fox, did a live, one of the shows that he did, and one of these aboriginals or these native Negroes came on there and just totally, basically invaded what we trying to discuss. And hotel, brother CJ, peace. Hotel. And basically, and I was just about to say, I'm not tolerating that no more. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be very disrespectful next time. I don't care whose show it is. But if we trying to build something as Pan-Africans, and we trying to connect with our people in the motherland, as well as our Caribbean brothers and sisters, and if some Negro come over there, just decide that he wants to get on the panel and talk that native Indian crap or that Aboriginal crap, I'm going to be disrespectful. I don't care whose show I am. Show I'm on. I don't care. I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be very disrespectful. And I was just about to say something, but some reason the show got cut off. I got disconnected. But I'm just letting people know now, if you allow somebody on your show, and I'm on your show, and they come up with this, I'm a native Indian, I'm a Muskego Indian, if they come up with that crap, I'm going to be very disrespectful. And you could kick me out the show, if that's what's going to happen. I'm cool with that. But I won't allow somebody who's going to disrupt what we're trying to build. Which I'm gonna do some screen sharing today, because Black people don't believe in nation building. They don't believe in nation building. We're the only race that try to assimilate ourselves into this native Indian tribal crap. And I'm going to show you that this fraudster or another cult leader named Dan Calloway, what he was trying to prove, which he didn't prove anything, but he brought up something that was very interesting. I kind of missed that part with what happened in the movie Expendables. And in the movie Expendables, and like I said, I missed that part. I didn't realize that until he showed it, until I saw one of his videos, and the lady asks, in the movie, the lady asks, all the people that was in the group that was in part of the Expendables, like Sylvester Stallone and Dolph Lundgren and all that, their characters. And the lady, I'm gonna show you, you're gonna hear the lady say, "Where you from?" And everybody said what nation they came from. One said that we come from America. Another person said I'm Chinese. I'm American. One of them say I'm Chinese. One said I'm from Swedish. I'm Sweden or whatever. You had that one coon, and everybody, people know who he is. He played a father from he played a dad in Everybody Hates Chris, because he was in the movie. And he's gonna say, I'm Blackfoot. I'm Blackfoot. That's what he said. That's not a nation. That's an Indian tribe. That's not a nation. But if I ask that coon, hey, where's your native slave status card? Because that's what it is. And I tell Black people, if you claim, because you was part of this, you was in slavery, so you got to present a native slave status card. The FBA's got to present one. You're going to have to show documentation. We are in the world of you got to show proof and evidence. All that, believe me, I don't go by belief. Belief is something that you think is true, but you can't prove. That's what belief means. So I'm gonna screen share this, and you're gonna see it for yourself. I missed this part, but now that I saw it, I'm like, whoa, what the? But see, this is the reason why TV can brainwash a lot of our people. It brainwashes a lot of our people. So our people, they show a lot of interracial relationships with our people. They show every time they see a Black guy, he with some white woman, or they see a Black woman, she's with some white man, or when it comes down where they from, they would never say they from Africa. They would talk about some other country that they will never fit in. And Black people feed into all that crap. They feed into it. And I don't want to hear no more, oh, what my grandma said. I don't want to hear that, because your grandma could not read or write. If she was brought up doing Jim Crow, her ass could not read or write. She was illiterate. She didn't know any better. She was under a country or a rulership where they taught her to hate herself. I can't buy that. I can't buy that. Don't tell me what your grandpappy said. Do not tell me what your grandmammy said, because as far as I'm concerned, they were still in slavery, teaching them to hate themselves. So I'm going to screen share this real quick. screen share this. Now, I want y'all to take a look at this. And I want y'all to take a look at this because this is it. And you're going to hear every white person and yellow person going to talk about what nation they come from except the slave, the native slave.
Who you are?
We're Americans.
Since when?
Swedish.
Blackfoot.
Chinese.
Now you see that? You see that? He said, I'm an American, I'm Chinese, I'm Swedish. And the Negro said, I'm Blackfoot. Blackfoot is not even a nation. Blackfoot is not even a nation.
We're Americans.
Let me rewind that back. Because I need you to hear this. She said, well, who are you? She said, well, who are you?
Japanese, the first Chinese all were black.
Who you are?
We're Americans.
Since when?
Swedish.
Blackfoot.
Chinese.
There you have it. Everybody talk about their nation or the nation that they came from. And you hear the Negro going to say, I'm Blackfoot. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. I'm Blackfoot. That's not even a nation. That's some Indian tribe. I'm going to play you something else. Matter of fact, and I'm going to show this. I'm going to show this because this is another myth that people keep saying, well, they couldn't find any slave ships. That means slavery didn't happen. That's another cop-out. I know everybody heard that. Well, we got to be from this land because there was no slave ships. It just don't make any sense. The numbers don't add up. We heard all this crap before. We heard all this myth before. You got to watch out for all that trickery, that stupidness. People coming, oh well, because there's no slave ship. And then when they do discover one, they still in disbelief. So let me show you something. This is why it's very important to show your evidence. This is why it's and show no pseudo science crap. I won't even call it science. I would call it pseudo crap. So let me show you this. It was a slave ship called the Clotilda. Slave ship called the Clotilda. The last known slave ship discovered. This is the actual ship that was found. This is the actual ship that was found. This is the actual ship that was found. In the years since the Clotilda arrived on Alabama shores in 1860. Now, remind you, slavery didn't supposedly ended in 1965. I'm sorry. Slavery didn't supposedly ended until 1865. Slavery isn't supposed to be, so slavery was still going on. The transporting slaves was still going on. Enslaved Africans, I should say. Let me use that. Transporting enslaved Africans was still going on. So they said, let me repeat that again because I want people to hear me. In the years since the Clotilda arrived on the Alabama shores in 1860 with 109 stolen West Africans below the deck, researchers have long believed the ship was the last one of its kind to make the voyage. Okay? And you can read this yourself, but this is the ship. So when people can never say slavery did not happen. So that myth that black people claim that they was already over here, that's a bunch of crap. That's a bunch of lies. It's a bunch of lies. And again, I asked them, show me your native slave status card. You got to show that to me. Rather, if you was a black person born in America from sharecroppers, rather if you FBA, native, whatever you want to call yourself, because these people, they got so many names. But they don't own one casino. They don't own no land. They're not getting free. They still got to pay taxes. So how would I know that you're part of this stolen land? How would I know? But this is a slave ship, the last one, 1860. So I don't want to hear people like Sabir Bey saying slavery didn't happen. There's no slave ships. Well, there it is, right before your eyes. Your screen shares something else. This might not be a long program, but I just wanted to share some things that was on my mind because nobody can prove, and most of these people, they don't believe in DNA. You could at least say, well, show me a DNA record. Show me something. I asked for show me something. Show me something. I can't go by their words. Oh, well, I'm not going by somebody's so-called common sense. You got to show me documentation. If you could show the white man documentation, you could show me. I need to see your documentation. I need to see your papers. Because the white man asks you, show me some ID to verify who you are. You got these Negroes, they'll have no problem pulling out their wallet to show their ID. The white man say, you trying to get on a plane, you got to have a passport. You're not going to walk in and just fly to ride no plane. So I'm just saying, I don't want to hear no more of this believe me talk. I don't want to hear no more of this believe me talk. So let me screen share something else. So you have Cool Joe Lewis. You have Cool Joe Lewis. This is the actual photo of him right here. But he was also on that same ship. And I believe that's the picture right there. That's the picture right there. Actually, that's an older picture. But he was on that ship. He was one of the 100. He was one of the 109 people of West Africans that was on that ship. But there you have it. He was on that ship. But no one talks about that. Nobody want to talk about that. So here's a witness. Here's a witness that's telling you, hey, we came by ship. They kidnapped us. But there was many stories like that. There was people before him. There were African people that was before him saying that. And now, but because of this cultism that's going around and this anti-African xenophobic or whatever they want to call it, all this going around, they won't take this as proof. They will not take this as proof. Hotel Leaders Brown, I think you'll like this topic. I'm gonna put the link in. I'll put the link in. Anybody want to come on? Because I think this is something that you'll probably, Brother Carr, if you watching, CJ, you watching, Rashid, if you watching, if you like to come on, let's come on the panel. Let's talk about this. But again, this is evidence. This is evidence that this man was on that same ship that I showed. But people want to make mockery. People want to not believe. Hey, but I'm showing you the evidence. So I ask black people right now, I ask black people who claim they're not from Africa or whatever, show me your native slave status card. Because they will have to say slave on it because you was in slavery. And the bottom line is, oh, okay, no problem. So oh yeah, leaders, yeah. You should come on, brother. Definitely come join me. Yeah, so this is the brother who was on that same slave ship. Okay? And the evidence, like you can look him up. And I want to thank Brother Bakari because he was the one who put me onto this. But there was many black men before him that experienced the same thing, experienced many black people, not just black men, but black women who experienced the kidnapping. And they were brought either to North America or they were brought into the UK or they were brought into South America. Many stories. But again, they can't so all that myth that slavery didn't exist, that all that myth that there was no slavery, or not slavery, but there was no slave ships, well, that's debunked. I already proved it. And like I said, people want to keep coming with that stupid ass lie. They can. Okay, here go my brother.
What's up, my good brother?
What's going on, King?
Oh, I'm chilling. I'm up here doing some laundry, doing some chores right now. I did not. This is my first time learning about this. I did not. I had no idea about this was the last slave ship.
Yep. Yep. 1860. 1860. And it's recorded.
That's a year before the Civil War started.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
so how can they deny this evidence right here?
They but the thing is, we put this evidence before, but you got these aboriginals or whatever, they're so filled with this hatred, they try to debunk it. They try to reject the evidence, and it's like it's right here. But when I went, let me tell you something, bro. When I went to the African American Museum in DC,
Mm-hmm.
there's a beautiful museum. Once you go in there, they talk about the slave trade. Once you go in there, they talk about how many European countries that took part of that. And these are African people that told their stories how they've been kidnapped as a child. So he's not the only one. Cujo Lewis is not the only one. It's been many stories.
Okay.
So yeah, man, it's a really deep it's really deep because it's this lie they keep. Oh well, I believe that we the real Native Indians because there was no slave ship. And then you'd be like, well, okay, no, then you show the evidence because I already knew that because that slave ship that I proved. Let me go back. Let me go back because I'm screen share this again. Because let me show this.
I mean, even I know slavery started. It started in the 400 plus years ago.
Right.
I mean, we know this, but I didn't know about this one. I didn't know this was the very last one.
This is the last one. This is the actual proof. This is the actual proof. You can read right here, see? And Cujo Lewis was on that ship. He was one of the 109 stolen West Africans on the deck, below the deck.
I mean, how can you deny that evidence? You can't deny that. I mean, it's right there in your face.
It's right here, exactly. And it's been more, and there's been more articles like this. This is just one of them.
That's why I don't understand the FBA nonsense, man. That's why I don't understand that nonsense that Callaway be pushing, and who there's others. I don't understand how can you deny clear evidence right here? Because I know there's some books. I don't know the name of the books right off the top of my head, but they got books of them actually talking about their stories, like you mentioned. Mm-hmm. They got books. I mean, in audio. I mean, literally written documents and them telling their stories.
Right. But there's a book called Bullwhip Days. I got that book, and they was interviewed a couple of people that came right out of slavery in the 1865 that was still living, and they've been recorded. Right, yeah, of course they probably passed away. I mean, they've been passed away, but I'm just saying that. But when they was recorded, they record some of their experiences, and you would hear them saying some things about them coming off the slave ship and their experience on this country. I mean, they didn't say they were native. You didn't hear one of any of our ancestors said they were native to this land. You didn't hear them never say they were Blackfoot or they were Cherokee, or that you never heard one. And I read the whole book.
Nobody in my my family. I ain't never heard of nobody in my family being no Indian. I've never heard of them.
I never heard that either. Not in my family either. They said no,
And
we
then
came from Africa.
right, and in the book, in some of the books I've read, I didn't see no mention of us being a native people of this land. From what
Mm-hmm.
the books I read, shoot, they was more talking about they was trying to get the hell away.
Right. Right.
They was trying to
Exactly.
get away.
They was getting
They
away.
just
Yeah.
and unfortunately they have no way to get back home, so they just was stuck here.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And that's the reason. And we still stuck. We still stuck.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't. And see, people say, well, it's just a plane ticket to go to Africa. No, but it's more than just going to Africa. No, we got to have resources. I'm a type of person, I'm not trying to put no burden on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if I decide to go to Africa, I want to come there contributing and building. I'm not coming there just
brother.
to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not coming there just to be a liability. You know what I'm saying? Because we're here to build. We're not here to be a liability. Because if that's the case, I could just stay here.
Honestly, I don't want to stay here, bro. I don't want to stay here. I'm ready to go back home.
I agree.
I've been talking. I'm connected to Nigeria personally. I talk to a lot of brothers and sisters from Nigeria. They all they talk about for the most part, they all want us to come home. They all want us to come.
Yeah, same here. I spoke
like
to this guy named. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, brother.
No. I was just saying. I agree because I spoke to this brother named Abdul, and he's from Lagos. And he was telling me, he was saying, hey, yo, he said, no, we want y'all to come back home. We want y'all to come back home. And let's build as a nation. And he talks against white folks. He say, yo, he said, I'm letting you know, white people are coming over here. They coming to the country, taking over and buying up the land and shit. And we don't want them over there. Some of them are fighting those white people to not take up all the land and all that. And they just don't take up land. They take up the best of lands.
Mm-hmm.
Take up the best beaches. You imagine some white person go over your country and buy up your beach and no black person can use that beach?
Oh, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Big problem. Big problem. As they call it, that's big Wahala.
Right. Exactly. I want to screen share something else, and I think you might. I want to get your opinion on this. It was this one dude that I know. His name is. This is an old video that he did back in 2009, and I wanted to. And when I saw it, I was really surprised that he said this. So I want to share this. I'm gonna screen share this.
All right, brother.
Let me share this right now. Hold on. Just give me your thoughts. Okay. Okay. Now the title says black folk hate to admit that they're from Africa. We have been brainwashed to believe that every place in Africa looks like Ethiopia. Now, what he mean by that, he was talking about, they always show Ethiopians very skinny, or they might have babies with flies on their face or whatever like that. And that's what they always show on TV. So I'm gonna play you what he said, because he sounded very upset. And I ain't gonna front. I really was very surprised that he did this video. This is a 2009 video. Here we go.
Okay.
Black folk don't take pride in where they from. They don't take pride in their heritage, their origin, where they originated from. You tell a Puerto Rican person that they're from the island of Puerto Rico, they take pride in that. You notice that? But what about Asians? They take pride in being from China, Korea, Vietnam, wherever they from, wherever their people originated from, their origin. So do whites. They don't have a problem admitting that they're from Europe because that's where they're from. We are the only group of people who will sit down and argue for an hour and a fucking half about how you're not African. What the fuck are you? You're not African. What the fuck are you?
Perfect.
You're not fucking American. There's not a fucking such thing as American.
Right on, brother.
It's not
Right on, brother.
American. What is American?
Exactly. Facts.
This land do not produce people with this much melanin in their skin.
That's true.
You cannot be an American and your dark skin as I am. People who are as dark as me do not originate from this land.
Mm-hmm.
Only people who are Native American originated from this land. And they're all just about wiped out. But there are still some that came from this land. You did not come from here. You came from your ancestors, and your ancestor came from Africa. Wake the fuck up. I'm so sick and tired of stupid, ignorant, brainwashed, weak-minded, ass, self-hateful fucking black folk and their dumb, sick mentality. Wake the fuck up. Love yourself. Stop fucking hating yourself.
That's right.
You are not from, what the fuck is that? I'm American. There's not a fucking such thing as American. That is your nationality. It is not your DNA. Know the difference, dumbass.
It's a dumbass.
He on
I just had
point,
to play
though.
that. I had to play that real quick. I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but that, yeah. I just want to show that. What's your thoughts on that, brother?
Oh, he on point.
Yeah.
I can relate because I done got into many arguments of claiming that with my fellow people that claim they American. And I'm like, what is American? And I ask them, what is American?
Mm-hmm.
And they can't answer that.
It's just like America or American was dealing with, because they always say United States is a melting pot. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
yes.
So within that pot, which part are you in America? You know what I'm saying? So because you dealing with nations within a nation. So you got your Chinese, they got their own community. You got your your Italy, and look, that's where you have Little Italy and Chinatown. These are pots these are people that these are little nations that's within the nation itself.
Right.
So when you say American, that don't explain what nation that you from.
Exactly. That's the only speaking the name of the name that what they renamed it.
Right.
I mean, where's African Town? Where's Haiti?
African Town's in Georgia.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
See,
bro. And little Africa is in but see, that's what I'm trying to tell you, that our ancestors already they already knew what they came from. So you have one in Georgia called Africa Town, and then you have another one called Little Africa in South Carolina.
Oh man, I'm trying to understand where they be getting this Aboriginal stuff from.
What I'm going to do
because what I've always known, we from Africa. That's what I always know.
Right. But see, that come from, remember, this is now I'm gonna do a program called cultism, right? And that's the new thing now with this cult movement where, the Tariq Nasheeds or whatever, and then they have formed this cult where that they're, you know, saying that they're the original Indians. Yeah, it's a cult. It's a cult. That's all it is.
Yes,
It's crazy.
it is. It is ridiculous. Sometimes I don't know whether to laugh or cry
Yeah,
because it's so ridiculous. I done got into many arguments with them, and I mean, I'll be showing them proof. I mean, it's like common sense is like revolutionary in this day and age. I mean, you can look in the mirror, and obviously you're not no Indian. I mean,
right.
even though there are Indians who are dark like us, but they're not. They don't have our genotype, so they're Indian.
Right. I mean, let's be real. I mean, you do see a difference.
Yes.
I mean, they got the pointy nose. They almost there. Some of them look Asian. Some of them look European. I mean, they're. I never saw. Again, this is why I asked these Negroes. I said, "Well, show me an Indian with an afro. Show me one." They can't, and I'm still waiting for that. Like I said, we have to show documentation.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing. I even said, what is your native slaves? Because you was considered slaves among African people that enslaved Africans. So where's your native slave status card? So you can get free land.
Right. I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know about that Native American slave card. I didn't even know about that.
There's a native status. There's a native status card. But I just use the word native slave card because that should be something that they should, you know, present to the government. Say, look, we were slaves but we're native to this country.
Right. Isn't it funny though? They can provide documentation for white people, but they can't prove it. They can't provide none of that for when we ask for it.
That's what I said earlier. I said the exact same thing earlier. When it comes down to that, when it comes down to presenting some evidence, when it comes to that child support, they have some evidence, or when it comes down to they get in trouble by the law, or they have evidence for the white man. But when it comes down to us, just saying, "Hey, where's your evidence to let us know that you're from this land?" We shut the hell up. They can't provide it. They just want us to take their word for it. Just like when I showed the video, where and I'm gonna be honest, it's embarrassing. You know, maybe I showed the video about the Expendables. Did you see that one?
No, I don't think I saw that one, but I haven't seen that one yet.
It was a clip where a lady said, she asked Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone, and it was remember the brother from Everybody Hates Chris. He played the father.
Oh yeah, Terry Crews.
Crews, yeah. And they all said where they from, what nation they're from. So, you know, you hear Sylvester Stallone say, "Well, you know, I'm an American." Then you had the Asian girl. She said, "I'm Chinese." You have the Dolph Lundgren said, "Well, I'm Swedish," right? Here come Terry Crews. "I'm Blackfoot." You know what? I'm gonna play it. Let me give me a second. I'm gonna play it. I'll play it again. I'm gonna pull that up again. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull that up again.
Well, there's no surprise about Terry Crews because he's a big time sellout.
Oh yeah. And that's probably something that he probably came up with. Let me where's that at? I'll show you. Where's that at? What's this one?
There's black actors like him who give black men a bad name.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm gonna show you. Show you right now. Okay. I'm gonna screen share this real quick. All right.
Well, black.
Who you are?
We're Americans.
Since when?
Swedish. Blackfoot.
Chinese.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah. I'm gonna play that one more time. I'm gonna play it because this is sad. It's sad. Everybody represent their nation.
Yes.
Everybody represent their nation. You hear me say, I'm an American. One lady, she said, I'm Chinese. Because you're an American, that means you come from North America, or one of the, well, we will say North America.
Right.
The other one said, I'm Swedish, so he come from Switzerland. Or I think it's Switzerland. I'm not sure. But then you had a one. She said, "I'm Chinese." She come from China. This dude comes to, "I'm Blackfoot." Blackfoot is a fucking Indian tribe. That's not even no nation. But Dan Calloway, he's using that as, yeah, see, they even put that in the movies. Well, movies are very political, and they use political things like that to brainwash our people.
Right.
He's over black.
See, watch this. I'm gonna play it. Watch it. Here we go.
Who you are?
She said who you are. Basically, she said where you're from or who are you, right?
Right.
And watch this. And you hear all these white people and the yellow woman, they have no problem saying they proud, just like the brother said, they proud to say where they from. The Negro, he ain't happy where he from. He gonna say he's gonna relate to some Indian tribe who don't give a damn about him.
We're Americans.
Since when?
Swedish.
Blackfoot.
Chinese.
See?
I have such a problem with Dan Calloway too, because he is such a phony. Because it's a video that was showing him he was one of those supposedly rappers, right? Using the N-word like he was going out of style. So how do you go from being a rapper to being an Indian?
Oh, I can answer that. Because this is when I'm gonna do my topic, and that's a good question. Because a lot of these people come from they tried to make it, and they couldn't make it when they was trying to pursue their dream, right? If you look at what happened to
right,
the other guy, what's his name? That Charles Manson, right? You heard of him? Charles Manson?
Yeah, I heard of Charles Manson.
Well, did you know Charles Manson was in a band before he became what he was?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he started as a singer, as a rock band, but he couldn't cut it. The group didn't like it. They thought he sucked. Then he tried to go solo. They thought he sucked. So that's where he became this cult leader. And that's why you have black people who try to pursue their dream and they couldn't cut it. So that's the reason why they said, well, they decide, well, this is their payback. Because society didn't want me to pursue my real dream. I want to be a singer. I want to be a rapper. I want to be a dancer. And because they sucked at it and they couldn't accept being a loser, then they got into the cultism. And that's what you see. Tariq Nasheed, Dan Calloway, all these guys, all these flunkies. I'm going to screen share something else.
Huh? That's exactly what they use too. They flunkies because there's because Tariq tried to cut it in the industry. He couldn't cut it.
Exactly. And that's what you're saying.
Right. He tried to be a pimp. He couldn't cut that either.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually a video. There's a video of it was a brother who was he was a real pimp, and he was going in on Tariq.
Wow.
I can't think of his name at this time. But he was going in on Tariq. I'm like, bro, you coming in on some. This is real pimping right here. It's like I always tell our video. It's like what Tariq was doing is nothing. And see,
right.
And there was also a video. This is brother by the name of, I think it's Off Code version 2 V2. He did like a minute video showing Peanut. I think Peanut was in his cover.
Right.
Cover. And she don't even realize, even though she a half-breed, but she don't realize she a victim.
See?
Yep. So he participated in pedophilia. It's a lot. It's amazing. You learn something new every day about him, and people still supporting that.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I don't get it either.
And they would defend him to the end.
Defend him to the end. That's right. And just like with this just Nature Boy, man. Oh my God. This guy, he called himself oh man. I don't know if you've seen that recent video when he was on Sonata.
I don't care for Nature Boy. Because I know what kind of, I know he's a pedophile he's just a straight up faggot.
Oh yeah. Man, did you saw when he was getting his feet rubbed by a bunch of dudes?
No, I haven't. He's just a straight up faggot. And that's why it was so sad. I feel so sad. I feel so sorry for them young girls that he manipulated. He manipulated.
But I can't feel sorry for them. I'm sorry because I'm like, this dude has a past. Like people his name been around. So you mean to tell me these girls were so what my question, I'm like, where you been? Like you didn't know about this dude saying that he let his son touch his penis, but they still flock to this guy? And then you got these dudes that's giving him money. And I was talking to my brother CJ. I said, wait a minute. I said, they give this guy all this money just for them to be his slave? He's broke. He has no money. But you hear them say, yeah, he was like, while they was messing with rubbing his feet and shit, and he's going around embarrassing them, talking about with the camera. He was like, yeah, how much money you gave me? One guy said 38,000. Then the other guy he went to the other guy, how much money you gave me? 78 grand. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, just giving this dude money. I don't know how he do it. I'm like, yo, what the hell? I mean, loyal people. These guys are loyal.
Yeah, that goes back to your point of that cultism. It's crazy. But I had learned that he was a prostitute.
Oh yeah, he admitted doing gay porn too, and he was a gay stripper.
And then you take him seriously as supposed to be an Indian.
He's another one thing he's an Indian. You're right. He's another one thing he's an Indian. Yep, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Let me screen share this real quick.
Okay. I only feel sorry for them girls because I feel mentally that I feel sorry for them because they didn't do their research on it. They didn't do their research. That's the problem. Nobody do no research. We do have a right to do background checks.
Right, you got to do background check on people. Yeah, you got to do background check. Now, do you see this on the screen?
Yep, African Town. Yep. 3 miles north of downtown.
Also known as African Town in the United States, is a historical community located 3 miles from downtown Mobile, Alabama. So it's right there in Alabama. Yep.
So I'm gonna have to put that on my bucket.
Let me show you Little Africa. Little Africa. There we go. Let me see. So I don't know where these people keep saying that they're Indian. I don't get it. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Let me screen share this. Oh, Brother Bakari said, oh, here we go. Oh, Hotel KW Dawn 7. He said Nature Boy is a homophile who used to do gay porn. Yeah, you're right. Brother Bakari said my grandma was from Africa Town. Yep.
Wow, you just got so much history, Brother Bakari. It's like when I come to your. It's like when I come to your channel. I learn so much from from your channels. I learn so much. I'm learning all the time when I come.
And that's
That's why.
what we do. And brother, that's what we do. That's what that was always been my platform, was to educate my people, because I thought learning who we are was very important. You know, my whole purpose was to inspire and to love ourselves as a people, and love where we came from, not to, you know, and get away from all this pseudoism, get away from all this religion crap that's going around that's hindering us. Now, people can believe whatever they want to believe. If that's going to make you a better person, I don't have a problem with that. But if it's going to hinder other people and to put us back into some sort of slavery, man, I can't dig that. Now, oh yeah, do you see this on top? Do you see the screen?
Mm-hmm. Little Africa, South Carolina.
Yep. So
it's just like
go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No, it's just like they keep hiding. It's like they constantly keep hiding this information. It's like you got. It's like digging a trench trying to get to the root, and they just keep hiding it from us. Because I mean, from what you show, from what you and Brother Bakari be showing, I'm like a grasshopper compared to y'all.
Well, and that's the thing. You're absolutely right, because they never want us to know who we are. They want us to keep saying that we Indian. They want us to keep saying that we come from slavery. We didn't have any history. Slavery is not history. That's the white man's history. That's the white man's history. Because to me it benefited the white man. Rather if he's an Arab or rather if he's a Christian, it benefited him. It didn't benefit us. So that you cannot people cannot say that's my history. Because I have not benefited from that. Because as you can see, we're still fucking suffering.
Exactly. And long as we're suffering, they still making money. They always that's just the thing.
There you go.
They're making money off of our suffering, off our stupidity. Now, and just collectively, there's only a handful of us who understand what the narrative that's being pushed. But it's the majority who don't want to accept it. Because the truth is right there. I mean, you literally got a computer in your pocket. You can look this information up.
You don't even have to go to the library no more. The information is right there in your pocket. You're absolutely right. It's a click of a button.
But I didn't know about Little Africa Town, and I didn't know about African Town. I didn't know about that. I honestly didn't know. Like I said, I'm a student. I'm still a student. And I just appreciate what y'all. I just really appreciate what y'all doing. I really do. I really appreciate it. You just don't know, brother. You just don't know. And we need more. And we need more channels like this.
Yeah, and like I said, we learn from each other. And like I said, there's been some things that you have said I've learned from too. You know what I'm saying? You be dropping some knowledge too. So we all learn from each other. And that's what being Pan-African is about, you know what I'm saying? Being connected to the motherland and having and shout out to our good sister Tanzan, you know what I'm saying? She's from Kenya. You know, I want to give her a lot of love, you know what I'm saying? Because definitely we need more sisters like there was another sister, African United Force, shout out to her, you know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Oh yeah, me too. Oh my God, yeah, she's on fire. She's on fire. I love her energy. I've been trying to get her on my show too, you know.
That's how I learned so much about Nigeria.
Huh?
That's how I know so much about Nigeria. I learned it from her.
See, yeah, and the funny, but I think because the time is different over there. That's probably why she can't come on my show, because you know the time differences.
Yeah.
You know, like right now it's getting darker. Right now it's probably morning time over there, or going on morning.
Actually, it's midnight over there. I got the time down. I got the time down cold.
Oh, okay. So okay,
it's 12:32 a.m. out there.
Oh, okay. See, so that's probably why we have to try to come up with a plan so we can we got to come in like a middle time period or something we could do it live. But I got her email. Let me see if I can reach out to her, see if we could make something happen. Even Brother McCarty said, my friends with the descendants of Cujo Lords, the founder of African Town.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, Brother McCarty know the family.
I mean, we just walk in history, just right here in the room, just walk in history.
Walk in history. Yep. Black people don't know their worth, brother. They don't know their worth. You know,
I'm learning every day. I'm learning every day, brother. I'm learning every day.
Mm-hmm. I'm learning too. I'm learning. Like I said, I didn't know about this. Brother Bakari put me on to this. I didn't learn. And by him sharing this with me, I'm sharing this to other people too. So now you can share it too. Now you got the information and you can go and share it to other people who want to learn too. And that's what we here to do. We're just sharing that knowledge. So we could cut all this pseudo history crap that's going on. You know,
right.
Oh, I'm an Aboriginal. Well, only Aboriginals that I know is in Australia.
And they was nearly wiped out.
They were nearly wiped out. Exactly. Facts. I'm gonna screen share something else, brother.
All right.
So another thing is a book. Because since you got these silly Negroes who say, well, we the real Indians and all that. Okay. Well, I want them to explain this to me. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can get that picture. Okay.
It's so crazy how everything can be, all their talking points could be easily debunked. They can be so easily debunked, it's not even funny.
And Dan Calloway, he's talking about, oh yeah, you know, you can find this information in the vault. It's in the archives. Well, how is it that you know what this archives at and no one else can find it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where are you getting this information from? He never puts, and you notice every video that I have seen him in, you notice he never showed any evidence. It's always talking
points and pictures. I know before he started just talking points, he was showing pictures.
Right.
And it was like with one, he did one. I remember when he did one with Fredro Starr, the brother from Onyx.
Right. Yeah.
And he put him next to that. And I'm like, so what does that mean? Oh, black slaves and Indian masters. Oh, yeah, you talk about the 5 civilized tribes. Yep. I know 3 of them start with a C. Yep.
And if you notice, all the black people that they claim that they have, like, I'm a Seminole and I'm a Cherokee and all that, all those black people, all those tribal names, they owned our people.
Yes.
And I suggest these people should buy this book. You can get this book right on Amazon.
Okay. I know I read an article on Atlantic Black Star about on the so-called five civilized Indian tribes who enslaved our people. I read the article about that.
And guess what? There was the slave catchers, these so-called I don't know what's a perfect name. These I don't know what's a perfect what is the perfect derogatory name to name these red motherfuckers. But they but they were the slave catchers. They were hired if a runaway slave ran from a plantation, they would get these Indians to catch us with their dogs. Because they knew the land. Right. They knew the land. So they knew the land better than the white man. They also joined the Confederacy. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know some they betrayed their own tribes to be with the white people.
Right. So they even controlled the Confederacy and all that stuff. So so these people are not our friend. But you see, black people, they think that and they think that these people care about them, and it's like, well, if I say that I'm a Muskogean, if I'm say that I'm a Cherokee, I'll be accepted. You couldn't even go into their territory because they would look at you as an invader. They don't care. They don't care if you black. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, you're not my people. So it's sad, but I suggest they need to buy this book.
I'm definitely gonna get it. That's why I be telling them. That's why I be telling them FBA knuckleheads. Like, why don't you go up to one of them Indian tribes and tell them you're an Indian and see if you don't get chased and see if you don't get chased off the land.
Oh yeah, they would kill him. They would kill him. I mean, think about it. You're gonna have somebody that don't look like you, and it's gonna claim that what you had, that your people died. You know what I'm saying? That most of their people got wiped out, and then you're gonna get the little bit that they got. That shit ain't happening. That shit is not happening. But black people want to be stupid. They want to claim something that they're not. Hey, but like I said, I just asked, where's that card at? Where's your native slave status card? That's all I asked. But they will never present that evidence.
Hey, I'll just say to each their own. We know who the real is. We know who the real is, and we know who the fake is.
Right.
And the sad thing is, the majority are fake.
Big time fakers. Big time. And it's a sad thing. I want to play. Maybe I could play something else real quick, because all this relates to what we're talking about here.
Okay.
Because I played something. Hold on. And you know what? Oh, I know what to play. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Because I played this before on my last live. But I'll play it again. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna play this again. I hope this is it. Let me see. I'm gonna play it from my shit. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Now this is one of my. Okay. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. And this is something that I had did a while back. And it's something that these Aboriginals would not. Okay, here we go. Let me share this. I want people to pay good attention on this.
The following is a new 7 Black History special, Black Slaves, Red Masters. Hello, everyone. I'm Sam Ford. Earlier this month in our 7 Inside Reports, I took a personal journey to look at a largely unknown chapter of Black history when my ancestors and thousands of other Blacks were slaves, not of the whites, but of the Indians. Well, a lot of people responded who missed some of the segments and who wanted to know more about the subject. So today you'll see it all and more, and get your pencils. At the end, we'll have not a test, but an address and phone number where you can get more information. Every summer at Tahlequah, Oklahoma, the Cherokee Indians sponsor their Trail of Tears pageant, the story of how the U.S. government robbed the so-called 5 civilized tribes of their homelands in the South and move them by force to Oklahoma. They don't tell about the thousands of blacks the tribes brought with them, their slaves.
My mammy and pappy belonged to a part Cherokee named W.P. Thompson when I was born.
The woman reading is my sister, Elaine Ford Staton, but the words are those of our great-grandmother, Phyllis Thompson Pettit.
Now, let me say this. That's an African woman. That's an African woman. That's not a Native Indian. That's an African woman. That's not a Native Indian. So I just want to let that be known. That is a black woman. She's not red. She's black. She's from Africa. That's an African woman. I don't see no Native in her.
Georgia-born parents were brought by the Cherokees over the trail. Johnson Thompson was Phyllis's brother.
Before that, Pappy had been owned by 3 different masters. One was the rich Joe Van, who lived down at Weber's Fall. Another was Chief Lowry of the Cherokees.
My cousin, Maurice Shepard, reading the words of his great-grandfather. The interviews were conducted 52 years ago here at Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, when both my great-grandmother, Phyllis Pettit, and her brother, Johnson Thompson, were in their 80s, part of a federal writers project. Now, both of them are buried in this cemetery. But after I read their words, I was set on a mission to find out how my family became slaves of the Indians. I learned that beginning with the administration of George Washington, it was the policy of the U.S. government to civilize the Indians by teaching them modern farming techniques.
To adopt agricultural practices that patterned after the whites. And one of those in the South was slave trade.
I don't ever talk about it very much because I think it's a very shameful part of Cherokee history, and so I've purposely avoided involving myself in that whole issue.
While the current chief may be ashamed, at the Cherokee Museum today are slave bills of sale, including one for 3 slaves bought in 1841 by then Principal Chief John Ross. The chief and his brother Lewis were among the biggest slaveholders in the tribe. Indeed, many of my mother, Kathleen's ancestors, the Rosses, were owned by the chief's family.
They were Southerners. They adopted Southern institutions, Southern dress, Southern black slavery.
See, and they said these Native Indians adopted the white activity as far as they adopted their clothes. They started to dress like them, and they started to own slaves like them. So they're no different than these evil Europeans. So what kills me when I hear black people keep saying, well, I'm Cherokee, or I'm part this and I'm part Creek and all that. I'm like, so what's the difference between, but you hate the white man, but these are the same Indians that you're claiming that work with the slave, work with your other enemy. Doesn't make any sense to me. But they said these Native Indians adopted the white folks' culture.
But one characteristic they did not like was Southern greed for their land. By 1830, through wars and treaties, the 5 tribes had lost most of it. Then they were all ordered to move west to Oklahoma. 4 of the tribes left, but the Cherokees took their case to the U.S. Supreme Court and won. At least they won the lawsuit. Then the man on the $20 bill stepped in.
And President Jackson essentially told the Supreme Court, you made your ruling in favor of the Cherokees. Now, try to enforce it.
As president, Andrew Jackson controlled the army, so 14,000 Cherokees and 1,600 slaves were herded to Oklahoma, some groups in winter, with about a quarter of the Indians and blacks dying along the way.
You got plenty of Indians right today don't like Andrew Jackson in this area.
84-year-old Luther Scales, who describes himself as 1/4 black and 3/4 Indian, is president of the Coweta, Oklahoma Historical Society. He remembers stories his Creek Indian grandfather told him about the removal, which was devastating for the Creeks as well.
He said
And by the way, this man is not black. I don't want to hear it. This man is not black. He's mixed. Okay? He's not my people. So he's mixed. He's not black. So I just want to make that perfectly clear.
The roughest part of it was crossing the Mississippi River in the boat.
How so?
Well, man, the Mississippi River, you know, down there in Arkansas and Mississippi, when you're talking about a mile across, mile or so across the river. And then in a boat, as soon as that water running, well, you got problems.
Once in Oklahoma, the slaves were put to work, raising cotton, building the new nations. The Merle home, which still stands outside Tahlequah, Oklahoma, was built by the Cherokees' black slaves. And should you think the Indians were much...
Now look at these Indians. Look at these Indians that owned my people. Look at these Indians that own my people. Look at that. That's not a black man. That's not an African man. These motherfuckers look European. So where's And by the way, brother, that's a Muskogee Indian right there you're looking at. Brother Bakar, man, we had that dude. I'm a Muskogee Indian. That's a Muskogee Indian right there. These black Indians that I keep hearing so much. And yeah, where's these black Indians that look similar like African people from Africa? I'll wait. Where they at? Where they at? Now, these are old sketchings before the first camera was made or photograph was made. So these are old sketchings. So people who was there, they were sketching how these Indians look. Okay? So I'm just trying to figure out where's these so-called black folks that looks like African people that's claiming Indians. It don't exist.
Should you think the Indians were much kinder masters than the whites?
That's an Indian. That right there, that's an Indian.
Listen to Granny Phyllis's word.
Now those are black people. Those are African people. Those are African people.
It's in the interview about my great-grandfather.
My husband was George Pettit. He told me his mammy was sold away from him when he was a little boy. He looked down a long lane after her just as long as he could see her and cried after her. He went down to the big road and sat down by his mammy's barefoot tracks in the sand and sat there until it got dark. And then he'd come on back to the quarters.
Oklahomans reenacting the Civil War Battle of Honey Springs. When it actually occurred, this was the Creek Nation in Indian Territory, slave territory, in which all of the 5 civilized tribes had signed treaties supporting the South. And the battle actually looked much like something out of the movie Glory, except it wasn't the 54th Massachusetts, but the 1st Kansas colored. Because of fear of attacks from nearby Kansas, many Indian slave owners fled south.
I can just remember when Master John Harness took us to Texas. We went in a covered wagon with oxen and camped out all along the way.
My sister, Elaine Ford Staton, reading the words of our great-grandmother, Phyllis Pettit, a girl at the time of the war. In ex-slave interviews conducted by federal workers during the Depression, she told how her brother, Johnson Thompson, and her parents were sold from one Cherokee master to another and taken to Texas.
And Pappy done the driving of the oxen. I was set in a wagon and listened to him pop his whip and holler.
On the square of the old Cherokee capital in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, stands a monument to Cherokee Confederate war dead. But the war here was confusing. While Cherokee Chief John Ross was arrested by the Union Army and shipped to D.C., his mansion was burned to the ground by Cherokee Confederate General Stan Wadey, who just didn't like the chief. And while Creek Chief Samuel Chakotay...
And just to let you know, these Indians were also Confederates. So are we going to ask these Indian tribes, these 5 Indian tribes, for reparations? That I'm just saying. Are we going to ask them to share some of that casinos with us? I'm just saying. Are we going to ask these Native Indians who helped enslaved our people for reparations? So, because they was part of the Confederate too.
He fought for the South. Apataleahola, another Creek chief, fought for the Union, his slaves at his side. And
it said slaves at his side. He fought for the Union, but he had slaves.
When the war was over, the tribes who'd all signed Confederate treaties were in trouble.
The United States government informed the 5 civilized tribes that all previous treaties are null and void. And the first thing to be accomplished is to sign a peace treaty.
The new treaties meant the Indians lost more land. And since this wasn't legal.
Now look at all the 5 Indian tribes that owned African people. I want people to take a look at that. So if you claiming these Indian tribes, these Indians enslaved your people. I'm just letting you know. If you're claiming these 5, if you're claiming Cherokee or Creek or Seminole or what's that? I forgot to pronounce these. Or Chickasaw or Choctaw or whatever these little these Indian tribes, they owned your people. They owned your people. You was never an Indian. You was never a Aboriginal. You was never what they call native to this land. So now, are we going to get reparations from these tribes? That's the question I wanted to ask. Are we going to get reparations from these 5 tribes? You know, because we always banging on the white man, but are we going to bang on the red man who actually took part of enslaving our people as well? Just the question. Just the question.
Legally considered the United States, Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation had not covered Indian slaves. So the treaty said they had to be freed.
One of the things the federal government required in those treaties was that these tribes adopt the blacks as equal members of the tribe, their former slaves.
One day, old Master stayed after he ate breakfast, and when us Negroes come in to eat, he said, "After today, I ain't your master anymore. You all as free as I am. We just stand and look and don't know what to say about it."
The words of her brother, Johnson Thompson, read by his great-grandson, Maurice Shepard.
Pappy wanted to go back to his mother when the war was over and the slaves were freed. He made a deal with Dave Mounts, a white man who was moving into the Indian country, to drive for him.
Granny Phyllis described a harrowing trip in which they had to fight off wolves with fire from their camp, a wagon journey over land and water that lasted 5 weeks.
When we would come to a river, we would cross boats. But me and brother rode on a bed in the back of the wagon, and when we were crossing a river, Father would make us lie down and wouldn't let us look out. He was afraid we would fall out in the river.
Hey, brother, you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I just had to hear that in its entirety.
Yeah. So you want me to keep going, or you want me?
Oh, by all means,
a little bit more.
Oh, by all means, my brother. I'm learning.
Okay. So what's your thoughts so far? Were we right?
I don't like nobody but black people. I don't like no red people. I don't like no Europeans. I don't like a lot of Mexicans. After seeing this, I really don't like no red people. They can stay right where they at, and we need to go. We need to go after their ass for reparations.
But my question is, how come? Yeah, but my question is, I ask these fake Indian Negroes, how come they don't ask for them for their reparations?
I agree. That's an excellent question.
Yeah, that's an excellent question, right? Then you heard them. You hear how people say, hey, they own my grandma, they own my grandpappy. You heard them.
Yeah.
This is our people talking.
Right. And we so focused on the Europeans that we now looking at the Indians who enslaved us. See, this is all a distraction. This is all distraction, bro.
All distraction. Facts. I just want you to hear it yourself, because now you really equipped now, because this we the real Indian nonsense. It's just bug, like it's just stupid. and you will hear our people talking about this. They wrote this down because they want the next generation to understand this.
Yes.
I don't understand it, and our people overlook this shit.
Right. That's what I always say. Common sense is revolutionary now.
Yes. I'm gonna play a little. It should be finished. I'm gonna play a little more.
All right.
Finally, they arrived back to Fort Gibson in northeastern Oklahoma, where their father's mother was working as a cook for the U.S. soldiers.
My grandma, Phyllis Harness, was the mother of the Colored Baptist Church on 4 Mile Branch, east of Fort Gibson. She organized the church and was head of it as long as she lived.
Since the Cherokee tribe owned all the land, as new Cherokee citizens, the family merely picked a spot. After Granny Phyllis Pettit married, her first child was my grandmother, Lutetia, whose third child was my dad, Sammy. Pettits and Fords still own this land today. Our Black History Special will continue in just a moment with more about Black slaves, Red Masters.
There you have it.
I'm gonna have to get this book. I'm getting this book as soon as I can. That's so much. We need to read that.
Yeah, it's very important to get that book. Yeah, and I advise all our people to buy it, because it's very important. I'm gonna put that back up there again. I'm gonna let people to see it. Just
Black slaves. So they know different than the Europeans.
Exactly. So I want to know what is so great about them. And you notice the other tribes because there was other tribes too. How come they didn't save us? Because where was the other Indian tribes that didn't take part of it? How come they didn't come and save us?
Because they was in on it.
They was in on it, yeah. It was getting paid off. Hey, you keep your mouth shut.
To be quite honest with you, it just shows more evidence that it's all we got is us. That's all we got.
Yes,
we just
it's us against the world. It's us against the world.
Literally against the world. It's just us. It's just like with.
I'm sorry, brother.
No, but go ahead. I was just saying about the Berlin Conference. How Ukraine and Russia is currently fighting each other right now. They was part of that conference. So I'm like, well, I really don't care for Ukraine, and I don't care for Russia.
No, I don't care. I don't care for these people either. I don't care for those people. Matter of fact, I could show you another video where those Ukrainians didn't even let our brothers and sisters on the train. Let me show that shit. Since these black morons that want to be all in Ukraine's ass. I mean, our people are sick, man. Some of our people are just fucking sick.
If the puppets in Africa would have did their business, our people would have no business leaving. They would have no business leaving. It's about politics and money. They don't care about our brothers and sisters in Africa.
They don't. It's
They,
all
all they
it's
care
all
about
about
is
it's
money.
all about that bread. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's
And
all
that's
about.
what you're seeing. You see a lot of black people selling out, even on this YouTube stuff. They selling out like crazy.
On
People
the
that
level
used
you
to
wouldn't
be be down with us, and then all of a sudden now they get a little clout, and then all of a sudden they change their game up.
Yeah, I was looking at search whoever this brother's name is, search Huru, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Big time sellout. And he be in Africa. But he was preaching the ADOS crap.
Oh wow. I heard about that. I heard about he's a little suspect too. I definitely heard about that. Yeah.
Him and God. Oh, he's no suspect. He sold out. He a sellout, and he did a And what kind of I was kind of upset a little bit because he had did a live with AUF talking about Africa.
Wow. So I didn't know that. That's crazy because I thought he was down.
Yeah, I did too. Until I went to I don't know if you know about Haven Bullets. He called him out on that.
Oh wow. See?
Called him out on that. He was talking about the ADOS. He talking about that Claude Anderson started it when it was Yvette Carnell that started.
Oh yeah. But he should have known Yvette, a biracial lesbian, started that shit. He should have known better than that.
He knew better. It's just when he got some, like you said, when they get some clout, they want to go in a whole different direction.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't be for Africa and be for ADOS because ADOS is the opposite of what we stand for.
Yes.
And I never understood black people who do that because there's many of them on YouTube who would claim ADOS, but they love African people. How is that even possible?
Mm-hmm.
Your talking points don't even match up.
No, don't. They don't. Oh, here we go. No, they don't. Right. You're right. They sure don't. It's like talking about apples and oranges.
Right. It's like trying to put right. It's like trying to put a square peg in a round hole.
Right. Facts. Let me see. I'm gonna play this. Let me see. Hold on. I got the video. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can play this. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna play this right now. And I want Brother Bakari said he is not ADOS anymore.
Yeah, but even though he's not ADOS anymore, he still represented it, and that leaves a bad taste in it. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. He may not be with it no more. I'm still gonna look at him sideways.
Right. Yeah, I definitely understand I definitely understand your point. Because if you really about that life, you got to stick to your guns no matter what.
Right. You shouldn't have went in that direction in the first place.
Right. I agree. I'm going to show this. Now, I want black people because that could this could be us. You know what I'm saying? That could be, it doesn't matter if you from Africa or you Africa in America.
There have been an uproar after details emerged that black Africans in Ukraine are being denied entry into trains that are supposed to ship them away from Ukraine to neighboring countries. And the fact that there are no air travel, the only way out of Ukraine is to connect to any neighboring country to the west, and then, of course, take your plane back to your home country. So the only mode of transport left are the trains that connect Ukraine to neighboring countries like Poland.
Yeah, that's is absolutely insane.
Denied entry into those trains. Away from the trains, even those Africans who are lucky enough to get or to trek their way to the Polish border, they are not guaranteed entry. Poland is denying Africans direct entry into their country.
These are the black community here. We are not allowing any black people to enter inside the gates. We are all here. It's only Ukrainians that they are allowing in. Even the ones with kids, they're not allowing them in. Many have been here for days and nobody's asking any questions. Only Ukrainian women and kids they are allowing in through these gates. All the places blocked and all are full of blacks from different communities, from different countries. Nobody's talking to us.
One Twitter user said that Poland says white people can come with no documents, no COVID-19 test, and you can even bring your dog. But don't bring Africans. And the only passport refugees need to enter Poland is whiteness. Another Twitter user said that she has been at the Ukraine-Polish border for the past 5 hours and that they were separating Ukrainians on one side and Africans on the other, and that the criteria was they allow 100 Ukrainians first before they allow Africans to cross, and then on and on. And she was wondering that if they allow a lot of Ukrainians to cross before foreigners, then who will be left to fight for Ukrainians? Ukraine has been home to more than 8,000 Moroccans, more than 4,000 Nigerians, more than 800 Ghanaians, more than 600 Kenyans, more than 500 South Africans, and so on and so on. And most of these people are students doing university courses in Ukraine, and they are stuck behind enemy lines.
Yeah, what's your thoughts?
Oh man, where do I begin? Well, let's start with Africa. If they had been doing their job, our people wouldn't have been over there in the first place.
I agree.
Number two, Ukraine embodies neo-Nazism. And number three, and when they talk about children, women, and men, they only mean the white people.
Yep.
When they mean others, they talking about black people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no surprise that they're gonna it's no surprise that they're gonna put their people first and our people last. With all that, it still doesn't give them the right to mistreat our people. Mm-hmm. Now remember, they talk about humanity, but it only comes to white people.
Right.
But when it comes to our people, it's like whatever. And see, and the issue and the problem that I have is like I said, with the African government, they didn't plan ahead. They didn't plan ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like Morocco and Egypt, they got their people out of there.
That's right.
2 weeks in advance. It's like, how come with Ghana and Nigeria, how come they didn't get them out of there? They like to wait until something happens and then want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if you knew about how you had some Nigerian brothers that wanted to fight Ukraine. Even though Ukraine is losing bad. I mean, losing real bad.
I just say let them lose. That has nothing to do with us.
Exactly. I can care less. I personally can care less. They can wipe themselves off the face of this earth.
Yep.
I would be happy.
That's right.
I would do a celebration, brother.
And yeah, and I agree. I think those black folks shouldn't even been there in the first place. They have colleges in Africa. They have beautiful colleges in Africa.
That's
they
where
don't
the
have to
first
go
colleges
anywhere.
are. Yeah, that's where one of the first colleges is in Africa.
Right. They don't have to go anywhere.
Right. That's why I don't understand. That's why I don't understand these politicians. Why they not doing their jobs? But of course, they puppets of the Europeans. So quite naturally, they don't care, and they're gonna do whatever they colonial masters tell them to do. And but even still, even the brothers that's in the Ukraine, they should have been knocking them white dudes out. Like, look, I got children, I got a wife, I have just as much right to get away from here as you do.
Right. But yeah, but when you under somebody else's rule and all that, that's tough. It's very tough. But yeah, you're right. They should have whipped those white people's asses. But you see how evil these motherfuckers are. They didn't give a damn. You saw the woman with her child. They didn't give a shit. They look at our babies ain't shit. They look at our babies ain't shit.
Right.
Like you know what I mean? Think about that. But that's how the enemy's supposed to be. See, the thing is with us, and that's a problem with I don't understand about black, because black people, they act the same way over here.
Exactly.
They are more nicer to their enemy than they're with their own people. I just played a video with this woman. I'm not going to mention her name, but she's a fucking mammy. Whereas she's supposed to be part of this Black Panther movement, like she's part of she was a part of the new Black Panther Party. But I've heard her threaten another black man, and that's all she does is threaten black people. But then she played a video about she had an altercation with the police, which they were white. And you know what that bitch said? Yeah, I'm gonna call her a bitch because that's what she is. She ain't no sister of mine. You know what that she said? She said, "Oh, I'm afraid of you. I'm afraid of my life." Wait a minute. When it comes down to the white man, you afraid of your life? Ain't you part of the Black Panther movement? Where's your gun at? Put your life on the line. Shoot these motherfuckers if they come, because they came in our house.
I'm telling you, the new Black Panther Party is a joke.
Now I don't know. I don't know if she's part of the original one or the new one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one. But they all, to me, both of them ain't shit. And that's just how I feel about it. Because neither one of them busting their guns at these people. No. George Zimmerman is still walking the planet. Where they at?
It's just like it's just like the stream you did last week about the gangs. Where they at?
Where they at?
They so tough, but they so tough when it comes to other black people. When the police come, they scatter like roaches.
Right. Exactly. They running. Or they nicely put their gun down and they have their hands up, don't shoot.
Right. That's when they blacked in.
Yep.
See, but long as they ain't around no police, they Bloods and Crips. So when the police come around, they black.
Right. Yep. Also, they power to the people, right?
Yeah, all power to the people. Got that black fist up. But as soon as that fist, you on
justice,
your
no peace. Justice, no peace.
Yeah. And you on your knees begging for your life. But you so tough. It's like, I'm not begging a motherfucker for my life. Ain't nobody gonna tell me.
That. I'm not doing that shit. I said, I'll just say, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm with you.
You just gonna have to kill me because I ain't begging for my life. Because I'll take your life before you take mine.
Hell yeah.
You've been taking my people's lives for 400 plus years.
Exactly. Facts. I mean, and not 400, it's longer than that. we go further than that.
Sure, we can go back, 6,000 years?
6,000 years. We was at war with white people since the Greek and Romans. Think about it.
And them faggots.
They was faggots, yeah. But the faggots knew how to fight. Look at the movie 300.
Spartan Army.
Yeah. They were faggots.
Oh, and they knew how to fight.
They knew how to fight. Think about that.
Yeah, they protected that. They defended that homosexuality.
Yeah, they sure did. And they had wives. They had wives. They had children. But they were homos. And they only got with a woman just to
to reproduce.
They reproduce, yeah, but they hated women. Look at the medieval times doing how they used to hang their own women in the stake, and they thought they were witches. That was the whole witch movement came out.
Mm-hmm. That's why they have so much vitriol towards black women, because they hate black women.
Oh yeah,
but you still got black women who still marry them,
yeah.
just like that current judge, just like that judge.
Yeah, ain't that something?
Right.
And she got two black parents still alive. Like damn, like what? I said your father must be a coon because I don't even know how he can put up with that. Like he let you after all the work, he got you there, and this is the things you gave your father.
Yep, that's just like with the Williams sisters.
Yeah.
Like you married.
The father was so devastated he didn't even go to Serena wedding. He was so hurt.
I don't even think he speak to her no more.
I don't think they talk. Mm-mm.
Because he looked just for me, just being brothers, I look at it like I see it as though like you married the same man, the same race of man that lynched your uncle.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about how his brother got killed how got lynched. He told him that. Yep. And they turned around and married the exact same race of men who lynched one of your relatives. Lynched him.
That's a slap in the face.
Yes.
That gotta be so hurt. That gotta be, like I said, I have a daughter, man. Like if I see her, if she marries somebody, I mean, like I said, like I mean, so far, like she knows her history. You know what I mean?
Right on.
But it would break me. It would really. I won't even probably speak to her ever again if she did that shit to me. And that's my daughter. That's my only daughter. So it's a hurtful feeling. It's like almost like close to death.
Yes, because you later about to wipe out your right. You about to wipe out your right.
Yes.
And people don't think that's.
I'm telling you, I want. I mean, she's a kid. She's 12, but I mean, if she's she's ready to. After she finished her college, I want her to make sure. But when she's ready to date and stuff, I want her to meet a nice brother, a decent brother. And as black men, as fathers, we need to analyze these dudes. We need to talk to these guys who connect with our daughters. You know what I'm saying? We need to go the old-fashioned way, be like, okay, you into them, bring him to the house. I want to talk to him because he might not be for you.
Right.
We got to do that.
Right. It's like having a rite of passage. We need to get back to traditional ways of rite of passage.
Yes. And that's that old African, bring him here. I want to meet him.
Yes. And that's why I have respect for the fathers. That's why I have so much respect for fathers like yourself and the fathers in Africa, because they don't play that shit.
No, they don't.
You come to my house, I want to meet this man.
Right. I want to know what you got on the table. You gotta bring something to the table.
Right. I gotta know if you could be able to provide for my daughter the same way I provided for her.
Exactly. Thank you. And we need to get into that. And a lot of these women, a lot of these girls, and it's sad to say, a lot of these women that we see time and time, they get with these wrong dudes because there's not the father that gives a damn. They don't give a damn. Either they out the picture or they out there still in the streets, and now these women, they don't even know what a man's supposed to be when they get with it. They don't know.
Yeah, and that's important. That's why I go so hard about that, because it's important. We have to set the standard. It's like we have to set the standard, for our sons and our daughters.
Exactly.
If our daughters don't see their father in the home, they're not gonna know have an example of what a man's supposed to be, whether be good or bad. Right. I mean, you really don't want no bad father.
Mm-hmm.
You want a father that's gonna teach you. You want a good example. Like, this is the kind of man I'm supposed to marry. Right. And before I marry this man, I want him to meet my father to see if my father approve of him.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Rite of passage.
Rite of passage. That's right. It's like it's so funny how black folks, even when you join a gang, right, you got to be initiated.
Yes.
You can't just go and join a game. You know what I'm saying? You got to be, because you remember, you join a game, you're going to be a part of a family.
Right.
And that's how we got to do that shit. We got to do that. No, and even with our sons too. No. The women, no, girls don't get a pet. No, the sons, no. I want to meet this chick. Who's this chick? Because I don't want my son with no ratchet ghetto chick.
Right.
Can she cook? Can she? Will she be a good mother? I want to know.
You know, you could tell a lot about a child. You could tell a lot about their potential mate by meeting their parents.
Right. Yep. And that's what, like you said, we need to get back into that. Start interviewing and we need to tell them, no, that man's not for you. And they should cut them off. Once that happens, no, my dad said you ain't the one. You gotta go.
And you have to like get the full story. Like, does he ask the real questions? Do he put his hands on you?
Right.
Do she put her hands on you? Because you know there is men who do brothers who do get abused. Did you have abuse? Did your mother abuse you? Did your father abuse you? You know, did you live?
We gotta ask them about their background. We gotta ask them about their medical background.
Yep.
Like sickle cell, because sickle cell is inherited.
Yeah.
And I don't have no sickle cell in my family. And that's something that I don't want. You know, so I'm just using that as an example because you got, you know what I'm saying, because sickle cell, that's painful. That's you know, they say your body locks up and they don't live that long. People don't live with sickle cell. People don't live that. Look what happened to Prodigy, and he even said this. And he died at 42. He died young. That's young. 42. That's the shit. And so we gotta check their medical history.
Yeah, because it's about survival. It's about survival of our race. Because before we came into contact with these Europeans and any other race, we did not have none of these diseases that we have today. There was no such thing as high blood pressure. Exactly. There was no such thing as diabetes. There was no such thing as sickle cell. There was no such thing as malaria.
Yeah.
Now look at us. You know, I learned in Africa. There was never no mosquitoes in Africa until the white folks came over there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. White folks are a fucking plague.
Yeah, shoot, you know how they talk about the pig got all those diseases? That's why we call them pigs, because they got all those diseases. That's why, can you just imagine what goes on behind closed doors? Ugh.
And then, I heard that a lot of these white folks, especially the white men, they have what they call plantation sex with black. I'm gonna do a live video next time. I don't know when, but I'm gonna show this one white guy. He has this big fetish of black women. Always talk. He's into interracial relationship, but only with black women. But at the same time, he's still single. So I'm like, well, you have this fetish for black women, but you're still single. But you will see, brother. I'm gonna show you that how many black women that be co-signing him. They are subscribed to this white man channel, and you just be like, all because he said a couple of nice things. How many black men say all these nice things for black women, and we don't get that much of it. We don't get that attention like that.
No, because it's the worship of white skin.
That's what it is.
That's that Jesus. That's that Jesus.
The Jesus complex. Yes.
Oh man.
Just like now, when I talk about cultism, I'm gonna bring that up too, because there were black people that joined Jim Jones, and they were calling him Jesus.
Brother, I watched you when you mentioned that a while back. I went and watched that documentary.
Oh, you did, right?
Yeah, it was more black people. It was more black people in that cult than white people.
Yep, it was more. Yep, more black people. Ain't that something? More black. Let me tell you something. Black people were selling their homes and giving the money to him.
Oh,
you imagine just to end up dead?
End up dead. And watching it, with our people, man. So sad. Yes, it was so sad, especially they watch their children die before they die.
That got me. That really got me. That really pissed me off. But I wasn't even mad at Jim Jones. I was mad at black people because how dare you let these men manipulate you like that? Well, you end up killing your babies.
That's religion for you. That's religion for you. That's that white savior. That's that black. That's that Jesus complex, like you said. That's just one of the ways they destroyed us.
One black chick, she tried to talk him out of it. She said, "Well, I think the baby should live." Well, if y'all dead, who's going to take care of the children?
Exactly.
That's stupid. And you hear in the video in the document, you hear they played it because it was recorded, and you hear the black woman. She said, "Well, I think the baby should live. I don't think they should die and all that." I'm like, well, who's going to take care of these babies?
Exactly.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then when I see people like Nature Boy and what he's doing to those women, it reminds me of the Jim Jones thing.
Yes.
I don't get it, man. I just don't fucking get it. It's mind blowing. What type of fucking power that these motherfuckers have? Now we know Jim Jones used to be a preacher.
Yeah, he wasn't
He used to be a likable preacher, but he got into the power tripping. He got caught up in the power. Then the power turned into real racism because he started calling black people. He called this old man boy. He called one person a nigger, and I'm like, wow, this nature came out. All that shit is a facade.
Just like with them Catholic churches.
And then the Catholic churches, the Nation of Islam. You got Farrakhan talking about the mothership and all this other stuff. What the fuck is
that? When you did that, brother, I didn't even look at it. I can't even look at him the same no more. I just can't because I look at you got all that money, you got a whole army, and y'all ain't did nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Not nothing.
They didn't.
Even Elijah Muhammad did something.
Yeah,
y'all ain't doing nothing now. It's like y'all just disrespect what he started, even though it's a cult. I mean, when I look at it now, it's like this really is a cult, and it's worldwide.
Yeah.
And all y'all doing is preaching out the book of the Quran, which is based on African spirituality. Many like the Quran, the Bible, all is based on African spirituality.
That's where they got it from. Yeah, they just whitewashed it. That's all it is.
Yeah. So why not go to the original?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we did
laws of my art. That's right.
The 42 law. I got that book. 42 laws of my art. Just like Ashwan Quayle, he talks about where they got the story of Jesus from. It's right there in
from the guy Haru.
Yes.
Yep. I'm telling you, a lot because Shaka Amos, shout out to him, man. He put me on to all that stuff too. Dr. Reggie. I like those. I like the three people that I like is Shaka Amos, Dr. Reggie, and Jabari. Those are the three scholars that I like, that I usually listen to. Unfortunately, I know Shaka Amos haven't. Well, I think that all of them still pretty much cool with Sonetta. But I only watch those three because they be dropping some jewels. But other than that, I don't really listen to anybody else that he have on. But man, you gotta watch Sonetta interview Nature Boy when he turned to the three guy. You gotta watch that shit. Is so funny. That shit had me laughing. It's embarrassing, but it's hilarious. Like he's really feeling himself.
He's supposed to be dropping so much knowledge. I'm like, man, shut up, bro.
Yeah. He's a real goofball, man. But it was pissing Sonetta off because Sonetta was like, "Come on, man, come on!" Like he'll play music right in front of doing the interview, and Sonetta was like, "Come on, man, we trying to have a conversation." Let me play, you know what? I'll play a little bit of it. Let me play a little bit of it.
Yeah, but Nature Boy, he got a video on Pornhub.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, him and his wives.
You serious?
Yeah, but it's under another name. It's under another name.
If you put Nature Boy, that should come up. I think because if you put Nature Boy, I didn't. Oh, so he's having like orgies and shit.
Yeah, they had a foursome.
Oh wow! And he put that shit on porn. Wow.
I think somebody else uploaded it. Somebody, because I ain't gonna lie, brother. I was messing around with that crap, and it just so happened it was under somebody else's name, and they said it was it popped up Nature Boy and him and his three wives.
This was recently?
No, this was like last year sometime. I don't know if it's still up there.
Oh,
that's and after just saw the name, I was like, yeah, I know he's fake as hell, bro. And that's how easy.
Trust me, I know a lot of freaky shit that goes on, and I won't be surprised. That dude. Let me play this real quick. I'm gonna give you a little sample of this shit. This shit is crazy.
Bro, I could use a good laugh.
you're gonna laugh at this shit. And I'm gonna play this again when I do my coism video, but I'm gonna give you a little taste of this.
Right. And how would you notice though with the cultism, the majority of the members are females?
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's more like a Playboy type of activity. And they try to make it seem like, this is spirituality, but it's Playboy bullshit. That's all it is.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna share this right now. Hold on.
I'm telling you can't make this stuff up, man.
Watch this.
All right.
You can't make it up. You can't make this up. It's sick. Our people are fucked up. Somehow people are just fucked up in the head. It's crazy. And you just be like,
but my mind is different. I don't think like these other niggas, bro. Like, you feel me? Like I'm a whole.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. This is where these guys. He got the dudes rubbing his feet.
Different kind of nigga, bro.
That's a fact.
All right.
You really got me with that. I didn't even.
Let's stop right there for a minute. Now, 3 God, I got to ask you some serious questions, brother. And believe me, it's not to be offended. If you feel offended by it, just say, brother, I want to pass on that question or whatever. But I got to ask you questions that the people are looking for. And here's the question I have. With all of them beautiful sisters and women that you have behind you, brother, why not have the sisters do that part? Why does it have to be men massaging your feet and you sitting there and you like, get the big toe? Like, is this some type of form of homosexuality being played before our eyes, brother?
Yo, I love you. I love myself. Yo, stop.
Stop.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God!
There are 3 things that our people have a problem with, and they're all rooted in sexuality. The only issue we have is our understanding of our own sexuality.
You know what? Let me. You know what? I'm gonna do something better. Hold on.
From what you would call your creator. There is one thing.
Hold on. I'll do something.
Stopping Black people or African American people.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me see this. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna see if I can show you that part. Shit.
That man is sick.
I told you.
That man is sick. He needs to be in a mental institution, or somebody need to put him. Or somebody need to put him in. Yeah, somebody need to put him in the graveyard or something, because that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, he's out of control, boy. And let me oh shit.
There's nothing natural about what he's doing.
No, hell no.
I don't know how they be coming up with these names. It's like polite. Ain't nothing polite about. There's nothing polite about him.
Let me see. These boys back. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to. Okay, hold on. Shoot. Okay, let me. You know what? Let me do my history. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna show that shit right now.
I'm still thinking about that the video you posted with Tahuti against Muhammad, and somebody had left a comment and under that video after you posted it talking about that Muhammad destroyed Tahuti.
Oh yeah. That was yeah. They whoever that was, that had to been a Muslim who said that crap. I think it was a Muslim who said that crap. I'm gonna show you real quick. Hold on. Let me show you here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, here we go. I'm trying to look for that video when he had those dudes rubbing his feet. I think this might be it. Oh yeah. This is it right here.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'm telling you, brother Ben, we got to do some cleaning up. We got to clean up our backyard.
Yeah, we sure do.
Woo.
Black people.
So
Black people.
Oh,
here we go.
All right. And I know that's got to be so embarrassing for Sonetta.
To see this, and so they could see what's going on with their family and catch him and snatch that shit out his nose. Like this is that's crazy, bro.
Well, I don't have no hate for the brother or nothing like that, man. My job is to bring the information, and that's why I put it up because I knew from the beginning the views and opinions expressed during this program are the views and this is to a lot of people is crazy.
And I'm one of them.
Your brother?
Yes.
All right, let's hear it.
Because God is giving to me. And it's like literally y'all are doing the same thing, bro. Y'all follow me everywhere I go. Y'all won't even let me go out the room, bro. Y'all carry me upstairs to go to sleep. Bro, I don't gotta do nothing. I just say right now. I swear to God, right now, anything I want from this house, I get. Like if I sit in this chair, I'm like, take my shoes off.
This shit is crazy, right? Wow.
Rub my feet.
His feet.
Oh.
And these are young brothers.
Bro, I'm the only nigga I know that does this, bro. Like, I'm the only nigga that I ever met that has it like this. Like, I'm literally the only nigga I know, bro. Straight up, bro. I just do whatever I want, bro. And this, I don't got no money, bro. They gave me money, bro. Like, I don't got no money, bro. These niggas gave me money. Niggas gave me 300,000, 30,000, 50,000. These people been taking care of me. These that be sending them money to take care of me, bro. These people got money, bro. That's why I live this life, bro. I could really be flossing. They would let me too, but I'm not gonna have that kind of karma on me, nigga. So all I do is take what I need and I give these people the rest. Now they live with me, yo. They live with me, bro. They go everywhere I go. Right there at the tip of the toe, right there. Yeah, right here in the back of this, right here. Get that part right there, yeah. Like just like if you squeeze it, yeah, there you go. Right there, yeah. Appreciate it, bro.
Hell yeah. You feel me?
But my mind is different. I don't think like these other niggas, bro. For real, like, you feel me? Like I'm a whole different kind of nigga, bro.
That's a fact.
All right.
You really got me with that. I didn't even.
Let's stop right there for a minute. Now, you know, 3 God, I got to ask you some serious questions, brother. And believe me, it's not to be offended. If you feel offended by it, just say, brother, I want to pass on that question or whatever. But I got to ask you questions that the people are looking for. And here's the question I have. With all of them beautiful sisters and women that you have behind you, brother, why not have the sisters do that part? Why does it have to be men massaging your feet and you sitting there and you like, get the big toe? Like, is this some type of form of homosexuality being played before our eyes, brother?
Yo, I love you. I love myself. Yo, stop. Stop.
Yes, sir.
There are 3 things that our people have a problem with, and they're all rooted in sexuality. The only issue we have is our understanding of our own sexuality. That is what separates us from what you would call your creator. There is one thing that's stopping Black people or African American people from elevating, and at the root of every problem they have is sexuality.
This guy's a goofball boy.
Mm-hmm.
Goofball times 10.
Something we gotta deal with.
Look how dramatic he is.
Excuse me.
Look at Sanetta's face. Look at
What was that?
Look at Sanetta's face. He's like, come on.
Yes, go ahead, brother. Finish off. I'm letting you talk. You can go ahead and talk, brother.
Get frustrated.
Okay, you was breaking up a little bit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm looking at the sister's face on the bottom, though.
You definitely sitting up there like the king and eating grapes and all that shit. So,
right.
Nepal Sudan, go ahead, babe. Yes, go ahead,
I
babe.
have a lot of questions. I mean, the last thing I was wondering about is the homosexuality. I'm wondering, if he's a god, what about the women that you're calling Orishas? Are they also gods?
They are goddesses in training. Like me.
Goddesses in training. I'm sorry?
I was trying to translate that for you in your language. These females are downloading. You're at 60%. I am at 60%. Olodumare. 60% Olodumare. My Orishas are at 60%. We are in the 6th year. We are in the year of 6.
This is crazy.
We are in the year of 6.
Man, this is a sickness.
So do you have special powers?
at son at his face. He laughing.
I mean,
Three
you said you're
God
God.
going in there.
Can
Well,
you
she
do
asked me
anything
a
like
question.
supernatural for us that we can see the God power? Or no?
I ain't gonna front the women. I ain't gonna front the women. Are
I
pretty
will show
though.
you many things.
Yeah, they beautiful.
The sisters are
And
beautiful.
this year I will show you many things.
I don't even know how he got them like that. I just don't get it.
Not right now.
Is she playing? Down.
Look at this shit.
What the hell?
Wow.
Down.
No.
Wow.
Oh, that's good. So what is that? Their power or your power?
Wow.
The power that you are using to speak your voice right now is my power. You are talking to your higher self. You are talking to God.
Okay. Well, that's good. Okay.
I am the one they have been writing about.
I can't take it.
I want to play the whole thing, but yeah, that's just a sample. Let me show you part when he told the guys how many. Let me see if I can find that one. When he asked those young brothers.
That's such a disrespect to the Orishas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He treats a woman like shit.
I know he does. Someone. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
No. You good. Now, all right. Here's the one where he asked those dudes how much money they give him. Hold on, here we go.
This is a different person, though. He might have multiple
Yo, this is my
personalities.
secret life, dude. This is how I live my life without the camera, bro. That ass. I know you got niggas laughing at me, but I'm dead serious. Everybody say they're the God, but they don't have none of this going on. This is real life going on. Like, this is not fake, bro. These niggas been following me since back. How long you been following me, bro?
Going on 4 years.
How much money you give me? Come here.
This is sick.
You getting your knee right there?
Sick.
Tell him.
Probably gave about 30 now. Probably about 30,000.
30,000?
Yeah.
30,000?
What?
Give or take.
This is sad.
How much you gave? About 20,000?
Up to this point, about 20,000.
$20,000. Yeah. And you gave about 30. Mm-hmm. You ain't even give me shit, nigga. But if you had it, how much would you get? If you won a lottery right now.
The whole thing.
No, seriously. Y'all not understand. If you want, come here.
Time with this man.
How much money you gave me, bro?
Probably about 78,000.
Oh my God.
70,000, 80,000. And you done did a lot for me. If you was to win the lottery right now, would you give it to me?
It's your family.
Would you give it to me though?
Absolutely.
Fuck the family, nigga. Would you do it for me?
Absolute 3.
If I said family,
Absolute 3.
You coming with me?
Absolute 3.
It's gonna be who?
Me and you.
That's it.
Absolute 3.
You saying that like you scary, like you just the attention, coming up. It's just very embarrassing, ain't it? A little bit. It is in a way because people gonna look at you and look at you crazy, and I can feel that y'all nervous about people looking at us coming out about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, huh?
It's not real.
What?
The camera, the whole.
Yeah, but I can feel how it could be a little bit uncomfortable because your family's gonna see this and we coming out.
Oh, that man is sick.
But it makes you wonder It makes you wonder, brother, who's sicker? The ones who giving him, the ones who those dudes rubbing his feet and giving him all that money, and the sisters, doing anything that he asked for. I mean, it makes you wonder who's the crazier.
The ones that
We
swallow.
already know he's sick, but I don't know, man. I just don't get it.
It's the ones that's following him is sick.
Right.
They remind me. They remind me the FBA knuckleheads.
Right. Now here's the question I want to ask. But here's the question I want to ask though. If all those women are his, where's those guys women, unless he's messing with them guys too.
Good question.
Because in the show, he's kissing all those women. Those are his women. So where's the what? Because guys we got needs too. So what are them guys doing?
We would never know, but that's real suspect, bro.
Yeah, that's and you. But hey, they rubbing his feet. It must be some gay shit going on too. Some gay shit going on.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you. It's.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Because that's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. That Sana asked him. He said, "All those women, you can have the women rub your feet." Because that's what I would have done. If I'm gonna get some affection, I'm gonna get it from the women. I'm not gonna get no dude to rub my back and rub my feet. That's some dude people do in jail.
Yeah, that's probably what there's definitely some there's definitely homosexuality going on there. There's no question about that, because ain't no way in hell I let no grown man rub my feet. No way in hell.
Hell no. No.
Especially you're not a profession. I mean, if it was in like a salon or something, or like that's what you do for a living, then yeah. But
right, if it's professional, then right. But even with me, I probably would still feel uncomfortable with that, because I had I ain't gonna front. When I went on a cruise, I went on an 8-day cruise, and I had when they had I went to the salon. I had they call it the deep massage. A deep body massage. No, it was a woman that did that. It was a woman that did that. It was no man did that, and she did a good job too. So
it's natural. Women got them. The sisters got them healing hands.
Hell yeah. And they got some strength too. So if you need a little muscle rub or whatever, they could do it. So your man know how, you need no man to do, but that's you know what he should have done. If those guys he should have trained them to be his bodyguards, like strap them with some guns, teach them how to train, how to, you know what I'm saying? Put some guns in them brothers' hands, you know what I'm saying? Make them your armed guards.
Yeah, that would have made more sense. But he ain't
exactly. Them guys
ain't got no sense.
Right. Them guys look like they remind me of the I don't know, those they look like Minions. They look like the fucking Minions that you see on that cartoon called the Minions. That's what they are.
Man, I swear, bro, you can't make this stuff up, man.
You can't make it up. It's sad. It's sick. It's sickening. But I'm gonna definitely play some more, like when I do my cultism. I'm definitely gonna play some more of that, because it's funny, but it's serious at the same time, because it's definitely abuse.
Yes, you don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Right, facts.
At the same, like you said, it's wrong either way.
It's either way, yeah. And no one should be treated like that.
Right,
you taking those people money, and most of the money could be inherited and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, dude, like that's money wasted, and he ain't doing nothing but using it for himself, for his own personal gain.
Yeah, he no different than Tariq.
No different. If nobody gave Tariq any money, Tariq would have been still working a 9 to 5. He'd have been working a 9 to 5 just like anybody else. But because he created this cult movement, you don't have to work. Tomorrow he could be like, yo, I need 60 G's, cash at me. And he'll probably get it the same night, because he got strong followers like that.
Right. See, and that's why we go so hard. That's what we talk about, building infrastructure. That way all these cults will be eliminated, because we will build the infrastructure. We supposed to be producing, and they're not producing, and making us look bad. That's why you can't call everybody your brother or anybody your sister.
Right.
And I would never call them my brother. I would never call them my brother.
No.
They hope I don't come across them one day.
Exactly. Same here. Same here.
I'm just not feeling that. I'm not feeling that, brother. That's abuse. That's abuse. What they doing.
That's abuse. Yeah. And it's sad. And I just saw a video where what's his name? Nature Boy. He hit one of the girls. Maybe that was actually the girl who she kind of looked like she was standing next to him. Not the one who looked like it was sitting down, but one who was saying, yeah, he hit her, and it's on camera, and she's and he went out and kicked her out the house because I don't know where they living at. Looked like living in some little nice white community somewhere. I don't know if they back in the States. I don't know where he at, but she's out there and she's screaming and she breaking she broke her she threw something down. Look, I don't know if it was her phone or something, but yeah, he put her hand and kicked out the house. I said, why would you kick the woman out your house like that? And no one never said, and like the women never said, hey brother, no, we're not gonna do that. That's our sister. She's staying here with us, or either she go or we go. Nope. They sit there. No, it's like everybody was scared of him.
What is it about him that's to be scared of?
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but he's just your typical Pookie and Ray Ray.
Right.
That's all he is. He's just a Pookie and Ray Ray. He's a coon. He's a sellout. Talk about black. He talk about that Orisha, but you living in the white gated. You live in the white community. I'm like, man, shut. I'm like, bro, don't come around some real brothers, please don't.
No, he knows. But see, the thing is, he like I said, they say a sucker is born every day, and he knows who he can go to with that bullshit. But he can never come around. Like I said, people like him and Tariq Nasheed and these guys, they can never come around my circle. They can never come around my circle with that nonsense. Tommy Sotomayor, none of them dudes can come around my circle.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because they to me they're obstacle. They're in a way.
There you go.
In a way.
There you go. They're distractions.
They're distractions. These people will and like I said, if you try to you got something good going, these people will do whatever they can to stop you because you can't outdo them. So they're going to try to sabotage, or they're going to come to your where you at, try to sabotage you or whatever, because you can't outdo them. They want to be the center. That's the reason why he put on that whole show when the Sonetta, as you can see, that was a fucking charade.
Yeah,
and it gets worse throughout the show, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, yeah. He totally. I mean, disrespecting Sonetta and Nepal and playing music while he's asking questions. He's playing these stupid ass music and he's drinking liquor and smoking cigars, smoking weed or whatever he's doing, and just having them basically just playing with their time like that because it's Sonetta don't got that time to waste to be waiting on you drinking and he's kissing on each woman that he was there. He was tongue kissing them. So I'm like, wait a minute, those are your women. What are those guys? What are they women at?
You ever think it's possible that those women could be they women?
I heard that's what I heard. That's another thing I heard that we do. If you if you join his cult, he wants to take your woman. And I heard a lot of stories like that where, or just say, for example, he don't like his wife no more. After he did every nasty thing to her, he'll give it to one of the guys and say, okay, that's your wife. Like, I wouldn't want your sloppy seconds. Ew. Yeah, that's what he does. After he used one girl and then he gets tired of her, he'll give it to one of his minions and say, okay, this is your wife. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can take him seriously. That's the part I don't understand.
Nah, I don't get it. But he gets members. People come to him. I don't know. He got a whole new set of crew right there. A whole new set of females. I do remember one of the dudes who stood up first. Yeah, he been with him for 4 years. That's about right because I've seen him before. I think, but the other guys, those are new. Those are a whole new crew. I don't think I've seen them before.
Yeah, it's just like going back to what you said. You don't know which one is sicker, the ones him or the ones who
Or the
follow.
followers, yeah, you don't. Yeah, but I think, like you said, I think the followers are more sicker because they knew of this guy. How can you not know about him? But what can he possibly say to you that you have to just leave where you from to join his cult? Like, and you got to put up with that. You got to stand when he tell you to stand. You got to. It's just that's just too much stress. Having those women do that little, I don't know, that little stupid eye signal and all that. I'm like, what the fuck? You got to do that all the time. I don't get it. These women, I don't know. I do feel sorry for the women a little bit, but part of me feels sorry for them, part of me don't. They shouldn't have to go going through that.
Right, and they just pure victims.
Pure victims,
they don't realize that they're victims.
Yeah,
they think it because they going because a lot of these co-followers go in with good intentions, not realizing what they're really getting into until it's too late.
Yeah,
and then
that's true.
By then it's too late.
Yeah,
it's too late.
Yeah, it's like because you go in there, you thinking one thing, and then it's like, oh, it went from a good dream to a nightmare.
There you go.
Overnight, you know what I mean? And I've heard a lot of stories that people that left him talked about what was going on, and it sounded like it was just like horrifying. Like, damn, but people, I don't know, he still get recruiters. I don't understand it. Maybe they have this attitude like, but that's not going to happen to me because I will be so good to this guy. He won't treat me like that, or he will treat me better. And I think people have that type of mentality when they join his cult.
That's
That's
the wrong mentality to have.
That's way wrong mentality to have.
The best thing to do is just leave it alone. The rest of it, don't even talk to him. That's the best thing to do.
Exactly. Facts. Well, brother, I'm gonna we over 2 hours. I'm glad you joined me.
I'm honored, brother. I'm so honored. Anytime
I'm honored. I'm honored. You came through. You know what I mean? And joined with the brother. I know Brother Bakari couldn't join me. Shout out to Forecast. So I think he works today.
Forecast in here. I can't see the chat.
No, he's not here, but I know he works. I think he works Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he works Saturdays. But so I want to thank you, brother, for coming through. I'm glad that you got some knowledge out of this.
Man, so, more than you know, brother.
So now you can share what you learned. And
I'm definitely
Definitely.
I'm sharing this. Sharing this.
Put it on your show. If you want to share my videos, you're welcome.
Okay. I would definitely do that.
Definitely, yeah. Please, you got my permission because I want them to get that information. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, brother. Yes, King. I got you.
So with that said, I'm gonna end the live. But I appreciate you. I'm gonna give a couple of shout outs. Shout out to Brother Bakari. Shout out to KW Dawn 7 and Rashid Holmes. Shout out to him. So with that said, I'm gonna end this live. But thank you again, brother. Until next time, we definitely if you doing a show, let me know. I'll come on your panel because I'm like I said, I'm about to I'll try to because like I said, if we work together, we can make our channel grow and be powerful. Because like I said, I'm not a selfish dude. You know what I'm saying? I'll share your put your channel out there so your channel could grow as well. Because I think you put out some great content.
Thank you.
So I definitely want your channel to grow. We're gonna do that. That's gonna be my mission too, is to help grow your channel as well. So if you want to use my videos to do that, you're welcome. So Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. So with that said, yeah. So anything else you want to say?
I just want to say thank you for increasing my knowledge. Increasing my knowledge.
Oh, you're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Anytime. Anytime. But with that said, thank you, everybody. Thank you for people who's watching and people who might be watching in the future. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And we out of here. Peace and love.
Peace and love.